9 News at 6.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Sophie Erberg.
And I'm Tim Seaman. Next week will bring a big jump in the number of Iowans able to get vaccinated against the coronavirus. 950,000 Iowans will qualify for shots.
Big number there. This as Iowa surpasses 200,000 people who have completed both doses of the vaccine. Details now in our top story at 6. Starting Monday, any Iowan over the age of 18 with a chronic medical condition can start signing up for an appointment.
This includes anyone with diabetes, severe obesity, heart conditions, or several other conditions as well. There are some Iowa counties who are still completing the vaccination of previous groups as well.
According to Siouxland District Health's coronavirus information page, the department won't have enough supply to vaccinate everyone who's eligible immediately. The
department telling us that its next public health clinic is on March 8th, and it has already been filled. Also, that it will likely be the last mass vaccination clinic locally.
The local pharmacies and medical providers may have the ability for Iowans who will be eligible for that vaccine on Monday. This from Hy-Vee on the change. Quote, Hy-Vee will continue to offer COVID-19 vaccine appointments for those 65 and older across all of our pharmacy locations in Iowa. Hy-Vee also anticipates an increase in the COVID-19 vaccine supply over the coming months. Additionally, for those nearly eligible, Drilling Pharmacy said the Morningside branch of Sioux City Public Library is set to host 2 vaccination clinics next week. We have a link to the schedule for an appointment on our website right now at SiouxlandProud.com. Older Iowans struggling to secure an appointment to get a COVID-19 vaccine will get help starting Tuesday. Iowans 65 and older can call 211 for help to schedule a vaccine appointment. 75 navigators will take down your name, birth date, phone number, and email if you have one. They'll set up an appointment with a nearby Hy-Vee for you. You will need to bring a Medicaid and insurance information card to that appointment. There's no cost for this shot.
The pandemic has impacted the work of healthcare providers across the nation, and pharmacists are no exception. Their role, along with pharmacy technicians, has expanded to meet the needs of the public. Scheduling vaccine appointments, keeping up with the increase in prescription medication, and implementing socially distant protocols all in the workplace, just part of their daily routine. One Siouxland Community College is now helping prepare the next generation for the changing atmosphere of healthcare.
Instruction is not just from a textbook. So here at Western Iowa Tech, I like to combine my personal experience with the curriculum to help the students to be more comfortable in the atmosphere that they're going to be in once they graduate from here.
Coming up on KCAU 9 News at 10, we'll hear from one of those students working to become a pharmacy technician and why that career path was so attractive.
Iowa Senator Charles Grassley has filed a statement of candidacy with the Federal Election Commission, signaling he is considering running for another 6 years in office. Now, the filing does not guarantee Grassley will run for an 8th term. At age 87, Grassley is currently the 2nd oldest U.S. senator. Well, today marked the deadline for bills to be voted out of committee in the Iowa Capitol or be left, quote, dead. Some bills that survived Funnel Week include a bill that would allow the state attorney general to review presidential executive orders. That's to see if they are even constitutional. It would also prohibit local governments from complying with the order if the state has found it in violation, as well as a measure that would ban automated traffic cameras. Dozens of bills have also died in committee, including a measure that would allow parents to opt in their students into gender identity education. Another controversial bill has failed. This would have reduced state funding for schools whose teachers use that 1619 project about slavery in their classrooms.
Well, if you managed to not get outside during the week, you stayed on the job somehow despite this great weather. Looks like the weekend will provide a break.
Yes, you can finally get outdoors, hopefully, maybe for a walk or even just some early springtime cleaning and yard work. I know a lot of yards left bare. No snow.
Spring cleaning, sure.
Right,
Marcus, you've got spring cleaning planned, right?
Yeah, I still need to wash my truck. I was going to do it last weekend, never got around to it. So maybe this weekend, maybe not. Who knows? I might put that on the back burner another weekend. But if you are going to get outside, wash your car, do any type of outdoor activities, It is going to be an amazing weekend for it. Today, though, 57 degrees was our high temperature, so it was a little cooler today. We'll warm up a bit more tomorrow. 59 today in Norfolk, 60 in Yankton, 53 in Cherokee, and 50 in Spencer and Storm Lake. Overnight tonight, temperatures dropping down into the upper 20s and lower 30s, so it is going to be a cold night again, just below freezing throughout much of Siouxland. Tomorrow, though, looks like we will reach back into the 60s with more sunshine. Sunday looks to be even warmer than that. I'll have more details on that and what it looks like we're going to see next week coming up in the 9 on 9 forecast. Tim?
All right, Marcus, thanks. COVID-19 is putting a halt on construction plans for a new Woodbury County jail. Board of Supervisors Chairman Rocky DeWitt tells us a nationwide shortage of project supplies like steel, timber, and copper is causing the cost of the project to skyrocket. DeWitt says if bids for the project were to be let today, the cost would jump by millions of dollars. He says that demand is high for project supplies.
Yes, there are other jails under construction, and obviously for the commodity prices, there's other hospitals, schools. Those things are being built too. So we're in competition with all the commodities that are sitting out there on the shelf or in the stockyards right now. So we're just trying to do what we can to speculate the best time to start letting these bids and get the best we can, the best price we can. So.
DeWitt says the supply shortages are directly related to the pandemic. Groundwork that was projected to start this spring on that jail now being pushed back to the fall. Last year, voters approved a bond measure to pay for that new jail. The current facility is overcrowded and does not meet state guidelines. Multiple buildings in downtown Sioux City are now under new ownership. Ho-Chunk Capital closing, that's on the purchase of the ALF building. The ribbon cutting today at that building site on historic 4th Street, making the purchase official. The company has taken massive strides in real estate development in recent years. They say they plan to continue that in downtown, preserving and renovating buildings in the historic area, and purchasing the Ho-Chunk purchased by Ho-Chunk, I should say. Other buildings include those currently housing Soho Kitchen, Buffalo Alice, and M's on 4th, among others.
Coffee bean prices have been on a steady rise over the past couple months, and Stone Brew owner Brad Lepper says although there's a lot that goes into the production of coffee, some main reasons for the spike in price include transportation costs, higher demand, and of course the pandemic. As small-time distributors, retailers, and wholesalers, they say it's tough, but also that it isn't actually that uncommon for coffee prices to be unsteady, much like the daily rise and fall of gold and silver prices.
Coffee is an item on the commodities list for trading. So there is like a base C market that coffee is traded on, and just like anything on the market, it fluctuates daily.
Although prices are expected to vary, Lepper says this recent increase has been significantly larger than any other increase in the past, and that he doesn't see prices dropping unless their base costs return to pre-pandemic levels.
Well, there's a new type of therapy out there that's helping folks recover from traumatic injury.
Taking crayons to paper, giving new meaning to this Iowa teenager. How he's expressing his pain and happiness through art, coming up.
And today was a touch cooler compared to yesterday, but still nice. We could see temperatures reach into the 70s next week, but then a cool down at the end of next week as well. Details on all of that after the break.
You're watching KCAU 9 News with Tim Seaman, Sophie Erber, meteorologist Marcus Beasley, and sports director Jake Jones. This is KCAU 9 News at 6.
30% chance of some rain showers, and then throughout the end of next week, temperatures in the upper 40s and low 50s, so that cool down looks like it'll stay a bit. And here is a cat climbing on a pile of snow. The cat, I guess that cat's having a good time. It's probably pretty cold out there walking around on that snow, but cats love to climb on things. This picture was sent to us by Brian in Cleghorn, so if you have any pictures to send our way of your animals interacting with the snow outside, if you have any left, send them our way. Go to SiouxlandProud.com, click on the weather tab, drop down to send us your photos to upload to our website. Tim and Sophie?
Really cute. My cat doesn't go outside, so he would just be terrified staring at that snow pile.
I think that was taken a while ago, too. I'm thinking most of that snow's gone by now.
I'm thinking you're right, especially after today. Well, there are many different types of treatment following any kind of injury to help on your road to recovery.
But an Iowa teen is now using a new type of therapy that doesn't involve doctors. We'll explain what it is next. For the past 9 months, a northeast Iowa teen has been in a central Iowa area recovering from a traumatic brain injury.
Kaylin Thompson has his story and how a local organization is using a particular method to help recovery.
You can use the whole page. It doesn't have to be this small, however you want to do it, really.
Coloring a music note seems fitting for Kaysen Judish.
Kaysen's a perfectionist, though, aren't you, buddy?
The 19-year-old has always been an artist, spending his school years in show choir, band, and speech. But a day after his high school graduation, Kaysen was involved in a car accident. An accident that left him unable to walk and unable to speak.
Looking back from where we are now and seeing him sitting here and smiling, it's what I would consider a miracle.
Kaysen's mom, Kelly, has been by his side since they arrived at On With Life 9 months ago.
And look at this guy.
Since then, Kaysen has made big strides, relearning how to walk, live, and communicate. A big part of his communication journey included art therapy.
Art is one of those rare opportunities where you can take a piece of paper and share your feelings, share your thoughts, and even have some control over your world.
On With Life CEO Gene Shelton noticed how engaged Kaysen was in art class. So much so, they began incorporating it in his therapy.
I took some symptoms that I thought maybe you might be feeling based on how you were looking, and we wrote them out on a piece of paper.
Kaysen used different colors to reveal what was happening in his mind and body.
I think that was the first time we had really known exactly, you were able to tell us what you were feeling and where. It just was another good tool to kind of help expand your communication to us and know how you were feeling. I like all the colors. Ooh, you can go for yellow.
Whether it's making a color choice or working on the weaker side of his body,
your hand getting tired.
Mom Kelly notices the improvements in Kaysen.
Art therapy is great as a creative expression, but it's getting results. And, as selfishly as a mom, that's what I want too.
Kaysen's next chapter of life is a blank canvas ready to be created.
There's a sign up or a mural up in the building that says, "I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become." And that's our motto.
What that will look like depends on him.
You have the best smile, don't you? I know.
In Ankeny, Kaylin Thompson.
Certainly some unique skills there, important skills as well.
Art is very therapeutic.
Different way of doing things. If you know of somebody that has a unique passion, unique skill, a different kind of hobby, we'd sure like to hear about it.
That's right. We hope that you'll share their Siouxland stories with us, and it's easy to do so. Shoot us an email, news@kcautv.com. That address is on your screen. Briefly explain what it is in that email that makes the person so interesting.
And then we'll share the stories with the rest of Siouxland. That happens Thursdays at 5 and at 10 on KCAU 9 News. Well, the Newell Fonda Mustangs looking to continue their run at the state tournament.
And we have highlights from their semifinal match with Montezuma coming up in sports. Welcome back. The Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament is in full swing, and defending champions in Class 1A, the Newell Fonda Mustangs, looking to make it 2 in a row.
But of course, first they would have to get past the semifinal round. KCAU 9 Sports Director Jake Jones is in Des Moines and gives us the update.
Tim and Sophie, the semifinal round is officially over. Right behind me, they're prepping now for the Class 5A state championship game as we start to get championships underway. That said, before that semifinal round could close, Newell Fonda, they were looking to make their 4th straight appearance in the Class 1A title game and, well, try to get back and make it 3 straight years as champs. Today's opponent, number 6 Montezuma, who the Mustangs have never faced, but will hope for a similar result as last year's semifinal when they won by 51 over St. Ansgar. And that patented Mustangs defense working early. The Seaver sisters applying the pressure. Bailey gets it and takes it back as the Mustangs start the game on a 10-5 run. Then, oops, they did it again. Maggie Walker, 3 of her 11 points, caps a 10-3 run as the Mustangs led 20-8 in the first. Second quarter, Macy Sievers, what a snag there, takes it back for 2 of her game-high 15. Mustangs up 42-20 at the break. Second half, more of the same. Macy Sievers to Isabel Bartek. Sievers with 6 assists in only 14 minutes tonight as the lead hits 36. We got a running clock. Newell Fonda is headed to the state championship game for the 4th straight year, 73-34.
It's incredible. This is my 4th appearance, and I mean, the feeling, it's still the same, and it's crazy.
It definitely does feel special every time that final buzzer goes off on that last game, and just knowing that we're getting back to the championship game, it's completely awesome. So.
With the Mustangs win, that means our championship field is set for tomorrow. It's going to start at 11 a.m. First game of the day in Class 3A as Unity Christian takes on West Lyon for an all-Siouxland final. And then at 6:30, the final championship of the day, which will be perfect for Siouxland. You get some time to rest up and get ready for it as Newell Fonda taking on their opponent, Bishop Garrigan, the only team this season to beat the Mustangs. So it's also the team they beat last year in the state championship game. Tons of storylines. This thing writes itself. It's going to be a good one. They're both going to be great ones. And we'll have your full coverage of that coming up tomorrow. So for now, I'll go ahead and send it back to Tim and Sophie.
All right, Jake, thanks. Revenge on both sides of the court coming up in that title game. That's great.
That's right. Well, we'll check in for one final look at your forecast. First, let's take you outside on this beautiful night from our tower cam.
It's going to be a cold night tonight in the upper 20s. Tomorrow, more sunshine. Temperatures in the lower 60s. Sunday, upper 60s with sunshine. Do either of you have any plans for this weekend?
Find the grill. That's on the list. Where did it go? How do I make it work again?
Yeah, I think that's going to be my plan as well.
Maybe ride my bike for the first time in many months.
There you go.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you have a great evening and a great weekend.
See you again at 10.